Hey guys, Get Level here, and today I'm going to show you how I made this DIY Elgato Key Light. Let's begin with a disclaimer. Okay, I say DIY Elgato Key Light because I was heavily inspired when it comes to the shape, overall, but not the technology. Obviously, this is made out of cardboard and parchment paper. You will not get the same result, the exact same result as the Elgato Key Light. The Elgato Key Light will be obviously far superior just with the technique that they have of refracting the light to bounce off of your face. In other words, this is a simple LED panel would be the correct name. The only thing that it has to do with the Elgato Key Light is basically the aesthetic, just because it's very popular amongst the streaming community, and I kind of make my videos for you streamers. Alright, if you haven't seen my video on a DIY ring light, I strongly recommend you watching it because it is more elaborate and I show a lot of my techniques, and I also talk about the lighting brand that I use. But this actually cost me around $13 and it's dimmable. You can see there's a little dimmer here. I can turn it on and it's pretty bright. It is super bright actually. It is showing up with all my lighting on too, which is crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna show you the complete build. It's not completely sealed. I could have made it even better. As you can see, there's some light spill. But the goal, as always, is to use cheap materials to keep it as cheap as possible and also to make it easy to replicate. Warning, people ask me about the ring light if it was a fire hazard. You are working with electricity. No matter what material you're using, if you are working it with electricity is always a fire hazard. If you buy a toaster, you just bought a fire hazard, technically. If you use it wrong and if you're not smart with it, obviously if you have cardboard with electricity, don't leave it on overnight. Don't go to bed. I wouldn't even advise like leaving the room if you have it on. So be careful, be smart. And if you are underage, do not even attempt to do that. You can show the video to your parents and they might help you build one, or an adult in general. So if I have all of my front lights turned off and I play around with this one, let me try to hold it there. You can see it's pretty harsh, but oops, it's pretty harsh and it's still very, very bright. But yeah, you can use that to light your face. Obviously, if you want to have a perfect lighting setup just for your face, I would use two of those, one on each side, maybe one little further apart, but it holds up. It holds up. $13 to make this, and it looks good. Plus, you can adapt it to a tripod or anything. Anyways, let me show you how I actually made this. Okay, so we're starting with lighting ever. This is a new LED strip because this one actually comes with an AC adapter and a dimmer, and it's only like $3 more than the other one that did not come with an adapter or a dimmer. So this is vaguely the tools we're gonna be using. Hot glue gun, box cutter is the main one, but I'm gonna be using more than that. You'll see in a little bit. So I write down all the dimensions. So it's 35 centimeters by 25 centimeters. Those are the dimensions of the Elgato Key Light according to their website. So first of all, we're gonna cut out a rectangle of that size. As you can see, I'm still using that huge that huge cardboard. It's a 2-layered cardboard, so if yours is not two layers, you can just like, you know, glue 2 layers together in order to have more structural integrity, if you will. It's really hard to bend. It's actually quite solid. Love it. So after we cut that out, we're gonna round the rectangles. I did not calculate the exact roundness of the rectangle from the key light. Here you can see me cut a hole for the wiring to go through, and now I'm press fitting basically a little bit of aluminum foil in order to have more reflectiveness. This is not you don't have to do that technically. The light strip is powerful enough to just produce light without having to have every surface being reflective. Here you'll see me probably mess up the way I handled this. I calculated, this is 5 meters, okay? But I calculated that it would have something around 8 millimeters in order to have it spread evenly. But whatever, it's gonna be covered with a layer of diffusion anyway, so it doesn't matter if it looks great or not. Again, no soldering, we just fold the strip at the ends, and that way it's just easier for us. That 3M adhesive back is really practical and really helps us out. Here we bust out our cereal boxes, and we're gonna cut some of those little strips just to do the outside of our panel. I hot glue them in place, and here I'm gonna do the backing. Basically, this is where I'd create the mounting option for this. In my case, I have a lot of those phone mounts that I can put on any tripods and stuff like that. So this is why I use that specific shape in order to hold the light panel once it's done. But the whole thing has to be inspired by what you have. If you do not have one of those phone holders, create a little thing at the back that can hold whatever you have. If you only have a tripod, you can do like 3 layers with a hole in the middle so that you can just fit it on a tripod. Here I put some masking tape around it just to seal it a little bit. I tried sealing it with hot glue, it didn't work. So just to keep that shape completely sealed. I also rounded the rectangles. This is purely aesthetic. This is like, you don't have to do that. You can just put a square or a rectangle in the back and it would work completely fine. So since I'm being inspired by the Elgato Key Light, I'm trying my best to make it look like the Elgato Key Light while keeping the process still simple and easy to make. Now you can see me, this is another optional thing. I'm creating the lip or the borders of the light. It doesn't really serve any real purpose. I guess it might hide a little bit of those folds on the sides, but technically you can just put some diffusion on the panel right now and then you're good. I tried spray painting this, but I actually ran out of black spray paint, so I had to use this acrylic paint that I have with a white brush. Of course, spray paint will work. Again, this is also optional. You don't have to paint it. If keeping it low budget is what you want, you don't need that step at all. I'm using, as a diffusion, I am actually using parchment paper. This is like cooking paper. I haven't even tried to use A4 paper. The diffusion in the final product is not that great, but it's sufficient if you don't have anything else. And then I'm just gonna glue that lip, those borders, and cut it off. And this is the final result. Now, I did not completely seal the sides, so there's a little bit of light leak, but that's completely fine. I am holding that front panel in place with electrical tape. That means that if ever I want to try another method of diffusion, or if I want to put some colored gels and everything, it will be easily removable and adjustable, basically. As you can see, it holds on my boom pole here. It holds that with that phone holder. It's really light. I believe it is lighter than my phone, so you can really adjust it no problem. This is what it looks like when I have most of my lights off. It is quite bright. It is very bright. The diffusion is not as great as what you can expect from a key light, obviously, but it's still pretty good. If it's all you have, I would suggest maybe adding another layer of diffusion just to make it a little softer, because right now the light is harsher than what I can expect. Or you can just dim it down a little bit and you should be good. Obviously, if your skin is more pale than me, the light will work. You will need less intensity and it will feel more diffuse. Since my skin is darker, then everything that is reflective will show up more, and my skin is more easily looking like it's greasy. But yeah, that's what we made. And that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about it. If you guys do attempt it, I don't necessarily recommend attempting it, but if you're gonna do it, which a lot of you did for the ring light, please tag me, post it on Twitter, and then tag me in it. I'll definitely retweet you. It actually warms my heart to see people actually attempting my DIYs. I've been doing YouTube for so long, been doing so many DIY projects, but it's the first time that people are actually trying it out and benefiting from it. So I did not use anything fancy. As you can see, I did not use my 3D printer. I only used cardboard, a hot glue gun, and different box cutter, basically scissors, box cutter, and then parchment paper. If you've been watching my streams, you'll realize that my lights are actually hooked up to a voice command, basically my assistant, my Amazon Echo. So if you would like to know how you can do this, it's actually really simple. It's just you get a switch or a relay or something like that, and you connect with the app. But anyways, let me know if you would like to see something like that. And if you have any ideas for some DIY stuff that I can do with, cheap materials, my goal is to make sure that you have no excuses, okay? Cardboard, $13. from Amazon, and it's dimmable. I know it doesn't have warm light, but you don't need warm light. Turn off every other light, and then you have this, okay? You just need this and colored light in the background, and then you have a setup. Anyways, enough talking. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Follow me on social media. If you are looking for some dope overlays to make your Twitch channel look great and amazing and all animated, go to gumroad.com/getlevel. They are so affordable that most of them are actually free. What is more affordable than free? Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Again, thank you for watching. Go out there, make me proud. Get level, outie.